A mother is she, who can take the place of all others, but whose place no one else can take. Stormy beach day, or a day at the beach that didn't go as planned. It was a sunny Saturday, and the Davis family had decided to spend the day at the beach. Everyone was excited. The kids, Emma and Max, were already planning what games they would play, while Mr. and Mrs. Davis were looking forward to relaxing in the sun. They packed a big picnic and brought their towels, umbrellas, and beach toys. When they arrived, the beach was crowded, but they found a perfect spot. Mr. Davis was setting up the beach chairs, and Mrs. Davis was laying out the picnic blanket, while the kids were already running toward the water. Emma and Max were laughing and splashing in the waves. The sun was shining brightly, and everything seemed perfect. While the kids were swimming, Mrs. Davis was reading a book, and Mr. Davis was building a sandcastle nearby. The wind was soft, and the sound of the waves was relaxing. But then, without warning, the wind started getting stronger. Suddenly, dark clouds appeared on the horizon. The Davis family didn't notice at first because they were too busy enjoying their day. Mr. Davis was still building the sandcastle, and Mrs. Davis was dozing off under the umbrella. The kids were trying to find seashells when they felt the first drops of rain. "What's going on?" Emma asked, looking up at the sky. Before anyone could answer, it started raining hard. Within minutes, a full-blown storm had arrived. The wind was howling, and the waves were crashing harder onto the shore. Mr. Davis was trying to hold the umbrella, which was blowing away, while Mrs. Davis was quickly packing up the picnic. The kids were running back from the water, laughing and screaming, "It's a storm! It's a storm!" While they were gathering their things, the rain kept pouring down. They were all soaked, and the beautiful day they had planned was quickly ruined. The family was trying to get everything together, but the wind was making it difficult. "We were just relaxing, and now look at this," Mr. Davis shouted, still holding on to the umbrella, which was almost flying away. "I was reading when the rain started," Mrs. Davis said, laughing at how quickly things had changed. "We were swimming when the storm came," Emma said, smiling, even though her hair was wet and sandy. Eventually, they managed to pack everything up and run back to the car. Even though their beach day didn't go as planned, the family was laughing the whole way back. They couldn't stop talking about how they were playing in the water one minute and running for cover the next.
Past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used to talk about actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past. Structure. Positive. Subject plus was or were plus verb with the suffix ing. Example:
I was reading a book. They were playing soccer.
Negative. Subject plus was or were plus not plus verb with the suffix ing. Example:
I was not reading a book. I wasn't reading a book. They were not playing soccer. They weren't playing soccer.
Question. Was or were plus subject plus verb with the suffix ing. Example.
Was she cooking dinner? Were they watching TV?
When to use. 1. Actions happening in the past. To describe something that was happening at a specific time in the past. Example.
She was studying at 8 p.m. yesterday. They were playing basketball when it started to rain.
2. Interrupted actions. To describe a longer action that was interrupted by a shorter action. Example.
I was sleeping when the phone rang. They were talking when the teacher entered the room.
Now it's time to practice. Repeat after me.
Mr. Davis was setting up the beach chairs when the storm started. Mr. Davis was setting up the beach chairs when the storm started. The kids were swimming when they felt the first drops of rain. The kids were swimming when they felt the first drops of rain. Mrs. Davis was reading a book while the kids were playing. Mrs. Davis was reading a book while the kids were playing. The wind was getting stronger, and dark clouds appeared. The wind was getting stronger, and dark clouds appeared. We were relaxing when the rain began. We were relaxing when the rain began.
Great job following our English lesson today. You did well to listen and practice so much. Keep practicing because it helps you get better. Every time you practice with our videos, you get closer to speaking English really well. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to get more of our lessons.